Welcome to Agogo Sports Daily. We are back here. This episode, we are going to talk about more football updates, and we have our very own top guy. Yeah, top guy, Fiifi.
Agogo, the Puma.
I said cheeky.
Agogo.
Thank you.
But you don't bring money.
Charlie,
Don't bring me money.
The money here, man, for can't take out.
Agogo at the beg. You be the chairman.
Says you know. They say if I don't go, I cannot take bus. So if for book flights, give me.
Hey.
Yeah, so Fiifi, so we can't ask you some sports update like general football. Since you're a Chelsea fan, I want you to talk more about your new coach, Liam Rosenoir. Tell the Chelsea fans more about him. Yeah.
Well, first off, guys, thank you very much for coming to Agogo Sports Daily. Please subscribe to the channel, turn on notification so that every day you get it. Let's get some good football analysis from Agogo. Agogo, see. Me, I think that Chelsea fans are spoiled.
Why?
During the time of Roman Abramovich, the club gave them all the best things that they can give. So Jose Mourinho will come, they'll win Champions League, they'll win League, they'll win FA Cup. But that was not a sustainable way to run the club. And why do I say that? Now there is FFP. So now everything that you do as a club, it has to be done within the remit of FFP. Yeah. You have to find ways to make sure they are not breaching financial fair play. And they are doing things right. The new owners have come in. They've had to be patient. It is Chelsea's own artificial transition. It wasn't natural. It wasn't like Manchester United where Sir Alex Ferguson had to go and the team had to come up. It wasn't the same thing as Arsenal and the likes. This one was forced by the Russian-Ukraine war and all of those things. But I think that Chelsea fans have to be patient. I didn't see the reason why Enzo Maresca had to be sacked as a manager. For me, even for you who's a Manchester United.
You still don't support that decision. Especially me.
For a lot of people, see, rival fans came to understand and accept that Maresca is a top manager.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the big games, when you want him to do well. He was doing such a good job. But in fact, since Liam Rosenior also came, he hasn't done bad. Yes, people will say that, he's a LinkedIn manager, talks like a science student, and all of those things. A lecturer, all of those things. But I think that he's getting the results. One of the things about the two clubs, Manchester United and Chelsea, is that if you don't have a manager who is charismatic, who is firm, who is tough talking to the media, then you have a problem. And that's some of the problems like that Graham Potter had when he was there. It's important that Chelsea have a manager who is tough talking, who can tell the media that, you know what, I don't agree with this, I don't agree with that, and protect the team and protect the players. The big problem for Chelsea today is that is Liam Rosenior's tactics, is it enough? Because you can be a good talker, you can be a good psychologist, management of the players, but do you have good tactics to get a team to succeed? In the first few games that he has played, it has not been bad. One of the things that was worrying under Enzo Maresca was how Chelsea struggled to break down the low blocks. But this time, it's good because he's using Andres Santos, Moises Caicedo, and Enzo Fernandez and Cole Palmer in close proximity. And these are very technical players. So they're able to exchange, pass in between the lines, they're able to pass in between themselves and get out of the blocks, which is very good. Again, Chelsea doesn't have quality on the wing. Garnacho, Getsons, Pedro Neto, these are not quality wingers. The only quality winger that you can probably talk about is Esteval Willian on the team currently, and maybe Cole Palmer if you consider him a winger. And that is why Liam Rosenior is beginning to do the right thing. Don't play extra wingers. Garnacho has not played in the last 2 games. Yeah. You don't have to forcefully play. It was one of the issues of Enzo Maresca. It's not by force that you have to play Alejandro Garnacho. Keep him on the bench. Play Enzo Fernandez there. Let Enzo come inside and keep the weight with any of your fullbacks. Whether it is Kukurea over the weekend, Malo Gusto. That is the thing. The problem with Chelsea throughout that whole time is that Chelsea just are not a mature team enough to manage games for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you look at Chelsea games, they start very well. By the 68th minute, something crazily happens. All of that is because of the lack of control. So you see, a lot of people are criticizing Liam Rosenior for not changing Wesley Fofana in the second half. But for me, the onus is on Wesley Fofana. How is it that in the first half, Wesley Fofana got that needless yellow card? It was needless. Yeah. The player was going nowhere. You don't have to get that yellow card. You lose out, and in the second half, when you are pressing and counter-pressing, you're doing the right thing. Because where Chelsea were at that point in time in the game, they had to press, they had to counter-press, they had to win the ball back to be able to sustain pressure. And whilst they were doing that, you are likely to go into a tackle that can be yellow carded. And you go there, you have the red card. that is where the big problem for Chelsea is. The senior players in the team themselves, they are not good enough they are not sensible enough to understand times in games and when they have to manage it, when you don't have to go into tackles, when you're supposed to control a player to the bad side and all of those things. It's something that Chelsea would have to take over.
Okay, thank you very much. So I want us to ask your honest opinion about the top four. Who do you think will win the EPL title? Who do you think will make it to the top four?
First of all, I think I need to start with the English Premier League title. For me, it's going to be a difficult one. I've said that Arsenal will win it. But there are two things that made me go in for that, especially in the last stretch. I said last weekend that if Arsenal don't beat Tottenham Hotspur, then they are not going to win the EPL. Two, one of the things that for me will crown Arsenal is that you see in between the Man City and the Man City game, there is that EFL Cup final that they have to play. Yeah. For me, once they win the EFL Cup final, it gives them that empirical data, empirical show that they've won a cup. You know, sometimes when you are struggling to do something, and you're able to do something small, not like the big achievement, but something small, it makes you have more belief in yourself that you can achieve the big thing. Yeah. So the fact that they will be able to get the smallest thing in terms of achievement is the EFL Cup will give them the confidence that they can go the full haul. They need to beat Manchester City. They have to find a way to beat Manchester City in the EFL Cup. Last season, I said something that if you want to be the king, you kill the king.
Yeah.
They couldn't go to Etihad to beat them. They couldn't even do it at the Emirates. Beat Manchester City. And then give yourself 100% chance to the success that you are looking for. It is the most important thing that Arsenal can do. It's the most important thing that they can do. For me, the top four is going to be very difficult for Chelsea.
So list the four, like the top four, list the team.
Arsenal, Man City, Villa. I'll put Villa there still.
And Chelsea.
Liverpool.
So no Chelsea, Manchester United.
Nah.
All right. Should Madrid maintain Arbeloa if he should win the Laliga title?
Apu.
So
I will go. Some coaches are good as caretakers. Remember Gus Hiddink for Chelsea.
So same as Carrick.
Carrick, I don't know why the last time you were saying that he has to be there. Carrick doesn't have to be the
So if he should help Manchester United to qualify for the top four.
He's not the right guy. The same thing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer happened.
Yeah.
I think that United needs a very, very good tactical manager. I don't see that in Michael Carrick. I see that Michael Carrick has a good backroom staff. He's a good manager, but he has a backroom staff in Steve Holland, and they are helping him, which is good. I think that United needs a very good tactical manager. If you are going to keep Michael Carrick, then it means that United should be ready to endure. Because for me, the mistakes United made was bringing Amorim in the middle of the season, he not getting the preseason, and then buying players to fit Amorim, and then when things began to go south, you say you want to sack Amorim. So whoever United go in, even if it's Carrick, it means that you are willing to stand by Carrick the long haul. Is that what Manchester United want to do? Is that what United feel like is the right thing to do? I do not think so. I don't think Michael Carrick has convinced me enough to be the guy that stays there for the very long haul. I don't think that Arbeloa has proven that he's a good manager to manage Real Madrid. He's just supposed to be interim.
Fiifi, I want us to talk about the World Cup, the Blasters. Do you think?
We asked him about
No. I want to ask you that. Do you think Coach Otuado should call Andre Ayew to the World Cup?
No.
He's now playing for.
Naga brother, it doesn't matter. See, I don't know why Andre is still stressing this. Unless he is willing to go to the World Cup and just sit on